most men I know, and I feel lucky in this, are feminists. Most men I know are feminists.
Don't start like
No, honestly. Like most men I know and who I consider my friends.
Are you a feminist?
Yes, I am. Yeah. No, seriously. No, but here's the reason. No. I don't understand why men and women fight. I don't get it. Because we're all people. And in order for people to get along, we have to decide how we're going to get along. Yeah? Pick your roommate in college. At some point you're gonna have to have the conversation. You need to do this with your clothes, and I need to do this with my clothes, and you have to have the conversation. And for human beings, we're now having the conversation. So for a lot of men, not me, not Flavor, not Amani, not Kuria, not Durham, not Mello, but a lot of men need to see women as people. We are dealing with human rights right now.
That's the guy.
No. I'm not trying to. It's not populist. I'm not trying to be populist.
Yeah.
We're dealing with human rights.
Yeah.
I want my daughters to be out there and be able to do whatever they need to do and have whatever they need to have. So I don't need to have them saying, "Oh, you need to be someone's daughter or auntie or father or in order to have rights." No, that's not how it works. Yeah, that's not how it works.
from the men about that thing of feminism. Huh?
Yeah.
For who is? Are you guys feminists?
I am.
I think I've been thinking about
maybe you could do that definition.
Can I answer your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm feminist the way I needed to say I'm black, and the same way I needed to say I'm African. I wish I didn't have to say those things, but I have to say them. Yes, I'm African, and yes, I'm black, and yes, I'm feminist. Did I need to? No. But do we have to now?
You have to know.
Yes.
I think because of where we are coming from as a society.
Yes.
I've looked at my own attitudes towards, because we are living in an age of Me Too. We are living in an age of a lot of high profile, rapes, discussions, sexual assault, discussions about Serena Williams. Serena Williams. She does the same thing a man does, and she gets much bigger backlash than everyone else does. So there's a lot of discussions that are bubbling to the surface now that in the past were probably taken as, women should know their place, men lead and rule the world, and that's how things are. But there is pushback now in terms of, and I find myself in a lot of WhatsApp conversations nowadays. Someone will post something about a woman or say something about women in general, and I come back just saying, I don't think that's a fair statement, because and I have to actually say doublexagenda has highlighted a lot of issues for me. But I would say that getting sensitized on the fact that, because I've been in a few conversations where I brought out the manly view, and then I realized that the view I've had as a man has completely I've not put myself in the shoes of how women feel in such a scenario, and therefore we need to, and I actually think for the feminist agenda to get traction and gain root, men have to be part of that conversation if things are going to change. And that's what has happened.
Let me tell you. I had an interesting conversation, and we used to joke about this with my wife. I mean, we're starting a business, we're in business, and she's a shareholder of the business. So I'm like, I mean, if we leave each other, you're going to get half this business. You get, really, it's a conversation, but I don't think I had reached a point to understand what's the understanding of why should she get half. You get, it's a very, I'm the one who's doing this, I'm here, blah blah blah, you're at home, and especially my wife is a stay-at-home wife, so
Mad respect.
So I had a conversation recently with one of my friends who I had not talked to a long time. Mudoni, shout out. and
That's how you
she
know
just
you're going places.
she just
I know,
she
right?
just she just helped me figure it out in terms of, hey, we need to be the way you look at it as a man, you are so privileged. Like men are so privileged that we don't even realize it. We're so privileged that, hey, I go to the office and I you know the way he said, I put this family in a box. That's the privilege that we have. A woman walks in and she's thinking about her kids. She's thinking about what's happening at home, blah blah blah. Yet a man is free to pursue a dream, to pursue something.
No, but it
so
depends though. It depends. I've had a guy say to me, I've had another man say to me, so you're here chasing your wife. Men are supposed to lead. So you and your family should be in Nigeria.
I think people just don't understand sometimes leadership and sometimes even the role you have.
No, but you get what I mean. Like, am I gonna sit and at that point,
people
I've
just
got
don't
like
but
30 kgs of equipment.
'cause we have not
am I gonna have a conversation with that guy at that point?
yes.
Am I really gonna sit down and discuss with that guy at that point? Or do I want to go home and put my head on the bosom of the person?
It's sometimes more women, it's not aggressive. Like she helped me see, Melvin, you don't understand how privileged you are as a guy.
Is this friend of yours? Because she's awesome.
She's called Mudhoni. Mudhoni Murithi.
She's awesome.
Yeah, so she's
True, because male privilege.
I think we should stand up for
she-
Mudhoni.
Yeah.
Mudhoni in Melvin's life. I don't know who you are.
but it was just an eye opener because it's not, and that I think sometimes why men are aggressive towards the feminist agenda, it's because it looks like it's we can't coexist.
No, I think
It's coming to unsettle
no,
our
no,
security.
Yes.
No, Jojo.
Okay, I don't know.
think
man.
there's more-
Sorry.
I mean, I'm not shooting down the things that he said. I completely agree. Yeah? And
Considering your wife is a feminist.
what I do like is when you talk about male privilege, that definitely exists, and I think that's a shame. And I see that as a man because I have a wife. I don't have any daughters, but I'm hoping to have daughters. You know what I mean? Like there are women in my world. So I think it's a shame that it exists. But I will say, some of these conversations are a bit more complex. There's more, I guess there's more sides to it. Because I think there's a very broken view of feminism that has taken over. That it's not even that we are equal, that I am better than. You know what I mean? And I feel that brand of feminism, when someone asks me, am I a feminist? I really have to think twice about, who's asking me and what's their agenda, so that I understand. So I say I'm not a feminist. That's what I say, because what I hear is the brand of feminism that I come across. Hang on, let me finish. The brand of feminism I come across is very broken. So do I believe in equal opportunity? Absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
Very few people will.
The thing that I wonder about is, and this is a difficult one to say, there's equality, but are we the same?
No, in fact,
and that's a problem of, I find that broken equality that says we are the same. We're not the same because our wiring, we're not the same because our wiring is actually different. Everything we've said today tells us that we think differently, we process differently. The outcomes of our lives are very different. Not better or worse, but that they are very different. So when someone says, for instance, security, do you think masculine or feminine? You think masculine? I mean, I'm not trying to be, sexist or anything, but I'm just saying, when you think nurturing, what do you think? There's a difference, and it's funny because people can take your words and turn them into something you didn't mean to say. I'm not trying to say that there's a concern about roles, that's her role, it's only her who should do it. I don't think that's the reality. But I am saying, for me, I struggle with that broken view of feminism that says we are the same.
Yes.
We are not the same. Let's appreciate that our roles are different.
this is something I honestly I can't jump over to the feminist side. I can't, But when I speak to other men, I try to tell them this is a civil rights issue. We're talking about people at this point. Someone should not be raped, honestly. We're talking about people now. And as we progress, I honestly feel we'll get to that point where we'll have to deal with Flavor should not be raped, and Okwi should not be raped. You get what I mean? Yeah, but that's what I mean. That because I've come across these posts where people are like, oh, imagine if it was your daughter or your mother or your sister. I'm like, that's not the issue.
That's not the issue.
That is not the issue at all.
People are people.
No, you're dealing with a human rights issue. The same way, if you're black, you should not be treated this way.
Yeah.
And if you're a woman, you should not be treated this way. So that's why we should all come out, because it's a human rights issue. It's a civil rights issue.
Let's perform.
Issues. The same way I expect you to all jump together for me if I'm treated bad as a Nigerian in Kenya. I expect you. Exactly. Yeah, but it shouldn't be different because these are human rights issues. Yeah. All of them. Because it's an experiment. We're all getting together and figuring out how it should be better and better and better and better. But no, there's no handbook. No one has handed us a handbook except for, if you're like me.
In Kenya, we've had high-profile murders of women.
Yeah.
And you actually find the conversation that goes on is about the woman's lifestyle.
Exactly.
Almost
one
as if
one headline had
One
headline had women being abused women, and the other one had glorified prostitutes.
Yes.
On the same day,
in
the same country, in the same city.
Yeah. Which is why I feel like if that's a predominant view that society actually accepts something like that, or we can start to blame the women for their lifestyle almost as if they deserve what came after them.
For being human beings.
Then we need to completely rewire how we think about
but also,
humanism.
I think we need to have the conversation.
And the one thing, I was listening to a Trevor Noah video yesterday, which was probably one of the most sober pieces he's ever done, where he was mentioning that the line's open. Trevor!
Hi, Trevor!
Where he was mentioning that in a sense, Trump has perfected the art of turning the offender into the victim. Okay? And I found that that's generally what we end up doing as a society, where the person who has been offended, has been victimized, is a victim in this situation, is turned into the person who we start to vilify. Why was she pregnant? Why was she running around with a married man and all sorts of things? And you have the man right there. He's still alive, still has his life. Yet nobody is pointing fingers at his behavior as if he should take responsibility. And it kind of tells you where society is at in terms of how we view men and women, and how we need to start rewiring that conversation.
And the reason we've all shown up here is don't group us all into that
category. Yes.
And
because that's also the predominant view.
Deal with people, deal with a person, ask a person
I think
what they feel and what they think. Ask them.
I think we still need your conversations that you're having, and it's sometimes even more intimate, personal conversations. People and what they believe, sharing it without necessarily having to vilify men.